Hello, welcome to today's episode. My name is King Solomon, and I'm going to be taking you through electronics components. Let you understand the beauty of electronics, the beauty of the components, what they can do. It is not by magic people build things, it is by electronic components. So, what are the electronic components? The basic electronic components, I would say, the resistor, the transistor, the diode, and a lot more. Electronic components are very unique, they are very beautiful. Combining them to see what they can do it looks like magic, but it's not. It is just principles. It's based on principles that people build things. You understand? The laptop, the camera we use to take photos, anything electronics, it is based on principles. And now I'm going to be taking you through all the basic electronic component that we use in our day in day out machines, our gadget, and all those stuffs, so that maybe when you have your free chance you can try to combine some of them, maybe to do something amazing, to build a circuit or anything. Understanding electronics is very beautiful, but you building it yourself is amazing. Hello, welcome back. Yeah, what are electronic components? Electronic component comprises the various units of components within any electronic circuit, be it the resistor, the diode, the transistor, the inductors, and a lot more. These components are basic. Why do we say basic? They are not that complicated. They are very simple in nature. They are the basic units upon which the Ohm's law sometimes stand to work very well. Okay, so let's explain some of these basic electronic components. First of all, let's take a look at the resistor. What is a resistor? When we say a resistor, what is a resistor? I would say, in my own way, even in English language, to resist means not to give chance. Blockage. To resist in English means blockage. That is to resist. So a resistor, it blocks the flow of voltage or current that passes through it. Different kind of resistors that with their different rating, 1K, 0.7, 0.5, all those resistors, they all have their functions in a circuit. It depends on the circuit you are building. You may be building a circuit that maybe you need 2Ks, 3Ks, and all those stuff, to just work on your circuit. It's up to you to understand the principle of resistor. The principle of the resistor is such that when a voltage is passed through the circuit, you know, maybe the resistor is protecting another component behind there. If the resistor were not to be there, that component will be burnt because of too much voltage coming through the component. So the resistor is placed before the component just to regulate the voltage. It may be placed parallel or series, depending on which kind of circuit you are building, which components, or what you are trying to regulate. Are you regulating voltage or current? It all depends. There are factors that will enable you to either connect it parallel or series. But all I want to let you understand is that the resistor is placed there, is placed to protect another component from damaging, because too much voltage may damage the component and you will have to get a new one. And if that is the case, even if I get new one, it will still damage. I need to get something to limit the current or the voltage that will save my component from burning. So sometimes when you have your electronic gadgets and all those things, sometimes they'll be working, and at times you realize they are not that much functioning. Sometimes you take it to some of the repairer, wayside repairer. They will check it and they will tell you that, oh, this one we can't repair it. It's not that they can't repair it, They don't know where the fault is coming from. Getting that component to replace will result in like you buying new one, because the price of the component may be equal to or almost equal to the price of that gadget. So you'll be compelled to buy a new one. Yes. But if repairing it, it can be repaired. Nothing can't be repaired. It can be repaired unless dead. A dead person cannot be woken up. So if the gadget is completely dead, that means nothing is even functioning in the gadget. Nothing is working, it's dead. So resistors protect our gadget a lot. They resist the flow of current. And secondly, I will introduce you to capacitors. Maybe you've heard of capacitor. You don't know what it does, what job it does. Okay, I'll tell you today. A capacitor is simple, just like a battery. See it as a battery, a capacitor. It's just like a battery. It also stores energy. But one special thing the capacitor does is that it sometimes introduces a time delay within a gadget. It introduces a time delay. Maybe you are working on a circuit, or it may be a diode that is supposed to be blinking, or maybe let's say a street light. You see, street light, sometimes some of them, when you switch them off, it takes some time before they go completely off. A capacitor is there working there. There is a capacitor in there. It is doing its job. It stores a little bit energy. When the system is completely shut down, it provides the energy until the energy is duly exhausted. So maybe you want to introduce a time delay within a circuit, and you don't know how to do it. Just use a capacitor, and it depends on the circuit. It can be, you can give it a time. It can be 30 seconds, 1 minute for something to happen a lot, and it all follows up. That is capacitor for you. And next, I'll take you to LEDs. LEDs, they are also very unique components. You know, they emit light. Their full name is light emitting diodes. They are diodes that emit light. And you need to know that a light emitting diode turns on and off when light passes through it. Transistor. A transistor is a unique component which also helps in the switching of gadgets. Maybe you are thinking of getting a switch for something, the on and off. You don't know what to use it for. You can get transistor to do that work for you. It has a base, collector, and an emitter. It has three terminals, and it can be connected in different way, NPN, PMP, depending on the circuit you want to use those things for. But all these things, we'll go into them later. But all you need to know as a beginner, I'm talking to the beginner. I know there are some pros here. We will get to your level. When we get there, and we will know. But right now, let's help the ones coming. Anyone who doesn't have the fair idea of electronic component, this is your one-stop shop for you to come and join and learn something better for yourself, and even for your family, for the world as a whole. Whatever you do affect you and affect the world as a whole. If you take your life, it is very dangerous. Suicide is dangerous. Okay, so we go again. I will introduce you to an inductor. Maybe you've heard of inductor, but you don't know what it is. An inductor is something like a filter. When you have a dirty water and you want to cleanse it, you need to filter it nicely so that you get all the germs out. So an inductor helps to filter or smoothen things. It may be a sound, it may be a noise. You just have to filter it to get the result you want. Maybe a bass, you want to filter a bass to get a nicer bass. It is inductor that you need to use. Or you are throwing a radio signal and you don't know how far you can throw it, what can smoothen your signal in the system, or what can get you to grab signals in the air. Just use inductor. The inductor is not something difficult for you to go and ask for it even in the shop. You can yourself wound one for yourself. Just get a copper wire, wound it. It depends on the thickness you want it. According to your project you are working on, you can wound, to be precise, you can wound your inductance according to the way you want it. Maybe it can be in length. Some people may get it in 5 millimeters, 3 millimeters, 2 millimeters, or even 16. if depending on whatever you are throwing, you understand, your circuits will tell. And all you have to know here too is that inductance filters signal. Okay, I'll end here, and and let you ponder over these things that we've learned today. And if you don't understand anything, and musicians and their history, stories, news on entertainment, and a lot more, and you can go on there each and every day to entertain yourself and to get yourself inclined with knowledge. Last but not the least, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not already subscribed to it. And if there is any doubt you are having, or any question that is pondering your mind, or anything you want to share with us for us to help you with, just leave it at the comment section and we will read and get back to you. But please support this project by sharing this video for others to also get on. This is an educative platform where you come and learn, and if there is any entertainment you want to, it is right here, you will get it. King Solomon, wisdom, knowledge, and education.